All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. How y'all doing today? Let's get a general message. What's coming through the strongest? I've got Pluto, this undercurrent here. We've got Leo, Strength, 11, manifesting. Someone's manifesting. They could be manifesting. Oh, no, it's not. That's not Pluto. It's Uranus. Or Uranus, however you want to say it. It's still a lot about yeah, operating from a place of expanding one's thoughts, one's perceptions, right? You know, Uranus is one of our gas giants. Someone could be full of a little hot air, just as a joke, right? I get the energy of be careful of boasting too much strength because you'll look like an ass, right? And don't assume. Something about it assuming, right? When you assume you make an ass out of you and me. Don't know why that's very specific. I usually don't get that. I don't know where it's coming from, but I'm going to say it because it's coming to me today. All right, we got star guidance. Someone is being guided to cut something off in order to have new beginnings and more fruitful harvest somewhere else. Past life energy on this. What from the past life is bleeding over that is causing disconnection. Got something about a lot about wisdom. We got scribe and writing and the Celtic cross here. Someone could be of Celtic or Nordic descent. A lot of wisdom that was coming bleeding over from this past life. So there could be a lot of knowledge, like we always say in the witch community, right? It's like you don't become a witch, you just realize you always were one type of energy. And there's kind of a grounding down into this wisdom that's going on, right? I got when it comes to the scribe and writing here, whoever this was, whatever your strongest connection was, the most emotions were shown through letters, right? Some sort of scribe writing, written communication back and forth is really how you guys expressed yourself the most, right? Could have been a lot of distance, something along the lines with this here. Like there could have been set points of separation in this past life, right? I get the kind of energy like, and you see it in the old timey stories, right? The guys like when they're in home and everything, they act all proper and da 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 da. But then when they're away, they'll write these dear to my dearest Charlene. Da, 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 and all romantic. I cannot wait to see you again. All this other stuff, right? But then when they're home, they're this shy, reserved person. They don't actually talk the way they speak in letters, right? Makes sense? There could be some miscommunication with this, right? So it's kind of grounding down into your natural wisdom. There's some synergy here, right? It's kind of calling you to pay attention. Pay attention to things that line up, right? Yeah, to your synchronicities for sure. And the Celtic one here is talking about earth magic with the fairies here, fell out with the Celtic cross. There definitely could be some fae energy involved here. And there's definitely tapping into the wisdom of dealing with the fae. And earth magic is all about earth magic. Grounding, green man synergy. I mean, the green man is the divine masculine. He is the oak king. He is the holly king. He is both. We got colorless angel. Someone feels disconnected from source, right? They feel disconnected from source. They have lost purpose. They're haunted by nightmares. Their wings are like smoke, right? This is supposed to be a man now, too. Just see how worn out he is? And colorless, like they don't have the energy anymore. This is why the universe is calling for this person to really ground down, right? And tap back into their natural magic, right? It's like you got to tap back down into it. Oh, so funny. One of my friends, he was really religious back in the day. Do a Celtic cross. What are we going to use? Anyway, he was really religious, and I posted something about fairies online, and he's like, fairies aren't real, this isn't Zelda. I was like, that's real rich coming from somebody who believes in angels. I said, fairies are the same thing, just teeny tiny versions of them. But there is some message that I feel bleeding through here with dealing with the Fae, is just remember, you can't fuck with the Fae, right? Pixies are known to be, and fairies are known to be magical and mystical and all this grand stuff, but at the same time, there's this energy of if you disrespect fairies, they don't like that very much. Feeling some kind of way right now. Someone could have a lot of confidence issues. Oh, no. Well, I was going to do a Celtic cross, but since this came out like this, I'll leave it like this. Maybe we'll do a Celtic cross for clarification. Clarification. Use your words. Someone's definitely battling somebody that says mean things to them. This is the person that they have to leave this person in the past. Someone is dealing with someone who's very nasty. Could be picking them apart. Like all of a sudden, like it wasn't bothering me, but now all of a sudden I'm like, oh, just weird about my face. Like all of a sudden now I want to pick myself apart for putting the camera on me, and it shouldn't bother me anymore. I've been doing this for like 4 years now, right? It's like what? I look like what I look like. My whole thing, and I even do this, my whole thing with with my Instagram and everything else like that, when I'm trying to do selfies or anything like that, when I'm working on my social media platforms, my whole big thing is life unfiltered. Because there's just this the unrealistic beauty standard's not going to go away if we're going to just keep sitting there putting filters over ourselves to hide our wrinkles, you know what I'm saying, and our imperfections, and we never do full body shots. All we can ever do is selfies at a very specific angle, because if you take it from any other angle, somebody's going to see, they might see that you have like something here, or you might have like, oh, what's here? Oh, well, dude, you need to get a Broly thing for your face or whatever the hell it is, right? And people will just pick you apart. You need to lose some weight. You need this. You need that. And it's messed up. It's unrealistic. It's unrealistic. Age catches up to all of us. We're always changing, right? That's why that's the whole point of not falling in love with somebody for looks, right? Because when you fall in love with somebody just simply, and I'm not saying like, I know a lot of people are like, I can never be with somebody that I'm not like super attracted to, right? It's kind of messed up. Because what if you're the one who gets messed up? What if you're the one who gets caught in, I don't know, a car accident and your face gets burnt? I'm just saying, what if you're the one that gets messed up and now you're the one on the other side of that coin, right? Oh, I could never date somebody that I'm not super attracted to. Oh, well, now you're not really attractive anymore, are you? And what's worse is you started out with an ugly personality first. It's very specific. That's for a karmic for sure, right? Someone who thinks they look better than other people and think they have a right because they look better than other people, right? It's the most superficial thing ever, right? Most superficial thing ever, right? Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Life is too short to be that fucking petty about shit and that fucking picky for sure. And they wonder how they end up in relationships with abusive narcissists. And it's like, well, You operate out of lust and greed, you attract other people who operate out of that. I got the Three of Cups here, Two of Wands, Queen of Wands, Two of Swords, and the Joker. Alright, so we definitely have a masculine kind of game playing energy here going on. I'm not even going to say masculine, that's not fair. Place it wherever it is. I just get this Queen of Wands made a decision about this Joker, right? There was this wanting to come into a big celebration, right? Bring balance and start moving forward into a situation. She's aware of all the ties and webs and connections and everything else like that. And she's been in control of what's going on, right? She's the one that's able to pull some strings there, right? But she has made a decision, right? And this decision was based on core beliefs and values to this person. And that's what she chose to make her decisions when it came to this Joker energy, right? That's what happens when it came to this Joker energy, right? I get that she wasn't going to play games. Tower. I get that she turned very mean. Whatever happened. Whatever this Joker said or did on the 3D, and this is what I was talking about, how things get messed up, and that really comes down to this scribe letter thing that I was picked up earlier, right? That's the energy that I'm getting. I get that this person expressed themselves one way through one type of communication, but then when it came down to the physical reality, to actual 3D reality, no, because you know where your DMs are? They're in 2D. They're in 2D with the rest of social media, right? That's two-dimensional, right? And they presented themselves that they were this other way on the 3D through that 2D filter, right? And then when it came down to it, they weren't what they were. They weren't what they presented themselves to be. They weren't what they said they were. And it towered the situation. I get that it seriously pissed her off. Whatever happened seriously pissed her off, right? You can't fuck with divine feminines like that, right? I get the sense that this person, right, that she's like, no, there's no new beginnings in that, right? There's no new beginnings in that. I have to defend my own beliefs too much and defend myself too much in these situations, right, to deal with it anymore. You know, I'm fine. I can go out there and wait. I can wait for someone who's willing to focus on me the way the way I focus back on other people, right? She's defending herself definitely. She's like, "But I don't want nobody. I don't want anybody else unless that person is daydreaming about me." Right? I don't want somebody who's daydreaming about other fucking people. That's what I'm getting. This is what I'm picking up, right? She's pissed. Valor. She's had to defend herself, defend her beliefs, defend her thought process. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I get that her feelings were really hurt with this shit. Because she is mad. And she might have said some really harsh, hurtful truths to somebody, right? They could have said some harsh, hurtful truths to somebody, right? Because they were sick of it. This Knight of Swords, right? Knight of Swords is that creepy stalker energy there. And I just get the kind of energy of, you know what? It was just like, yeah, it was like, F you all the way. What's that song? Fuck you right back. F you and your mom and your sister and your whatever in your car and that shit you call art, right? Right? Screw you and all that nonsense, all that weird stalking energy, all that faking it through one message and then being totally different in person, right? That hit on and then pull back because you're so terrified of, you know, just screw it. Just screw you and all your bullshit reasons for being a creepy little stalker. I'm moving on, right? This connection was intense with them. This is why she's really mad. It was intense with immense potentiality to be something great, but you made it too fucking burdensome for them. You just made it too burdensome for them. Of course they had to move on. You gave them no choice. I haven't even watched this show in years, but Lagatha from Vikings, right? But you embarrassed and dishonored me. I have no choice but to leave you. Why they made the decisions that they did. Place the energies where you need to place them back and forth. You know me, I read it from the one perspective because it's where my eyeballs lay in the head of a fucking almost 4-year-old woman. I don't know what to tell you. So that's how I read. If I try to read it from everybody's perspective, then I get lost in the reading and then nothing makes sense, all right? Someone made a fool's leap, right? They took a leap of faith in a new direction. They're working on conjuring. Yeah, this person, yeah, so they've leaped on. They made the decision to make a leap, right? They're working on being, like, I love the Three of Wands in this deck 'cause it reminds me of my Love's Guiding Light spell, right? It's about being a beacon of love to attract the best in your life, right? That's operating from that Emperor standpoint, right? Being a little more strategic, more focused, right? Definitely more focused on the game board than they were before, right? And not in a sense, you know what I'm saying, just in a sense to know what's going on. The world is really spinning for this person and getting ready to open up due to all this chaos. All this chaos. Look at that peacock wrapped up in there. You got the lion in there. There's a hand sticking out of the lion's mouth reaching for a dove. I don't know what that's about. You see it? I get the imagery is like as she casts it up, I get the energy of like flushing the old out, right? Swirling down the drain. The old timeline swirling down the drain so that she can create new timelines, right? This person is grounded in what their beliefs are, right? And they're working on releasing the past themselves. They want to look back on their life and see that they lived when it comes down to the end of it. When it comes down to the end of it, they want to be able to sit back, even if they're sitting alone, they want to be able to sit back and look over their lives and know what I loved, I danced, I sang, I enjoyed every moment. I did, you know what I'm saying? I played at the park. I did everything, right? I watched my kids grow. I enjoyed my life. And I like looking back on it. I like looking back on my past now. Because a lot of us don't like looking back on our past right now because we just came through a whole bunch of traumatic bullshit. We just went through a bunch of shadow work, dealing with childhood trauma. Like, we went through all this, and now you're at a precipice and a point now where it's time to start focusing on when you look back on your life. Did you operate from that Nine of Cups wish-fulfilling center where you operated out of a place of joy and created a joyful life, right? This is the rite of passage that's happening. Two of Chalices. There is a deep soul connection here. Well, yeah. Oh my goodness, this. Someone felt like they acted like a child. They acted like a child. They did. They realized this. They acted like a little child. They played childish games. They played dumb games and they got dumb prizes, right? They were being divinely guided the whole time, right? There's that bird. Ooh, there's that bird that the hand was reaching out for, right? This person just felt so childish. Page of Cups. Page of Swords, right? Page of Cups, Page of Swords, leading to the Four of Chalices, right? So now this person, like, I love the way my nephew said it. It looks like he's just sitting there on the edge of the river getting drunk by himself now. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting, right? I get a lot of energy. I don't want to freak people out by saying this, like, this person, we'll say operating on the teleconnect. Like, I get a lot of, not so much astral traveling, could be, but definitely sending lots of love energy towards you, right? Because that's the evolution of this one, right? Well, the Knight. I get what this person starts drinking, they think of you. It gets stronger, the connection. Get that song Drunk Me, Just Can't Get Over You. And I think that's what's kind of getting them, right? That's what's getting them in the end. It's when they sit back and they look back and they're like, shit, for with every person that I did this stupid game with, it saved me from some bullshit situation, right? But this time, and this is why they're upset and why they're probably either getting inebriated or sitting around moping, right? It's this time I willfully pushed away or walked away from a beautiful connection of equal give and take that could have been very fruitful for both of us, right? There's a lot of kids here too. All these energies look young. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here, 3 on one side, 2 on the other. This is very specific for this person who has kids. I'm picking up on somebody who could have 3 kids on one situation and 2 kids on the other, right? And that's what they're trying to wrangle to get together, right? One kid could be very depressed. One kid could be very mean with their words. One kid could be very, very young. And then I get the sense that they're chopped into 2 and 3. 2 kids seem pretty balanced, but they kind of stick with each other, and that's how they're surviving this. These other kids could be older than operate on their own energies more. Very specific, very specific. All right. And it could be the sense, too, with all these energies, if all these energies are around this person, all these energies think about this connection. That's why it's popping up like it is. All these energies think about this connection. Someone's got a truth that they want to bring to the Queen of Cups, right? Get the energy. They want to bring this truth to this Queen of Cups and to this High Priestess. Right? Look how she walked away. Whenever I see these 2 cards together, here's the play dumb games, get dumb prizes energy of it, right? Whenever I get the Queen of Cups and the High Priestess together, it means that whenever you entered into this connection, you might not have revealed exactly how powerful you are. Most of us don't go around really boasting about it too much out in like the regular 3D world with regular people, right? Muggles. But I get that she came into this energy, to this connection with a lot of love, right? And this Queen of Cups energy. And we always talk about how the cups, the Queen and the King of Cups, know what happens when you hand your cup over to somebody else. You hand your cup over to somebody else, you know, then they can do whatever they want to it. They'll spit in it, throw it on the ground, stomp it, all this other stuff. So this person came in and presented themselves as the Queen of Cups. They came in a very loving, giving, nurturing, compassionate energy, right? And they wanted to see what this person would do with it. And I get with the High Priestess that when it came down to evaluating the situation, it wasn't fair, and she had to leave. There's the justice coming into play here. With this daydream card. I don't know why, but I got If You're Gone. This came playing into my head. I got this person, they're not telling anybody, but they daydream about you all the time. They daydream about you all the time. And they don't want anybody to know. I got Nobody Knows It But Me. 2 of Wands, King of Wands. I get that somebody's still watching this person, this King of Wands, from a distance. 6 of Cups, yeah. Yeah, for as mad as they are and everything else like that, I get that this High Priestess, Queen of Cups, Divine Femmes are still watching the situation. Why? Because we operate from the divine feminine energy. We can't help ourselves, especially if there was kids or something involved. Like, you can't just yank kids in and out of people's lives. One, it's fucking your kids up. It's probably why these three on this one side are all messed up. The other two are probably too young to be too terribly fucking damaged by what you're doing right now, but it will catch up. Get the Hermit, the Sun, the Ace of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. Someone, the Hermit, whoever's in hermit mode, wants new beginnings. I kind of picking up masculine energy with this a little bit, right? I get because you get this Ace of Wands, right? There's so much passion in this connection. Oh, excuse me, hiccups. Eight of Pentacles. Skills are being worked on. Someone's working on trying to manifest some abundance right now. They're practicing on their skills to manage more abundance. The Wheel of Fortune is turning. There is about to be a battle, right? There is about to be a battle. I get like the energy is the battle between this person and another person. There's a snake, another snake that's all entangled with the one snake, and then there's another bird on the other side here that's coming in. Now, one snake is going to screw itself over, right? One snake's going to screw itself over. One snake's already eating itself, right? The other snake's getting ready to fight this one bird while it's being distracted, and there's another one getting ready to come in from behind. Something about a battle here of energy. So this is a cluster. Soul clusters is what I call them. That's where that web comes in. From the very, very beginning of the reading, that Queen of Wands that was in the web, pulling on the strings and stuff like that, or holding on to the strings, there's this energy of, yeah, there's a soul cluster here. There's a web of people that have come back together, right? That have had a lifetime before together. As a group. At Nine of Swords here, this person has a lot of anxiety about this whole situation. I don't know what you said to this person, but it was necessary. I know we get so bad about having to deliver hard truths, and it really pisses people off, and it causes a fight in the moment, right? But whatever you said is driving them insane. You said some truth that makes them want to man the fuck up, for sure. Something you said has changed them irreparably. Something has changed them. Now they want to grab the bull by the horns. Now they want to control their lives. Now they're like, I guess you might have, I don't know, questioned their position as a man at some shape or form, right? So now it's kind of the energy of they want to grab the bull by the horns. They want a victory over this situation, whatever situation you commented about, because they're tired of being imprisoned by it. I think they're realizing that they're the only ones that are imprisoning themselves, right? This King of Cups, he really wants to come into celebration. He's torn. This is crazy. He's torn, right? So we got six. We got six again. We got six again here. Right? It's the Five of Swords and the Three of Chalices, right? So on one side of this King of Cups, there's this Three of Chalices that's wanting to coming into joy and celebration, right? He wants to come into joy and celebration, but every time he tries to, and I get kids, I pick up kids' energy. I get whenever he gets close to getting towards love, it causes conflicts around him, right? Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be children. It could just be childish ass people around him. But it's definitely three on each side, right? Alright. Where is he? This one. This kid. There's one, right? 5 on the bottom here. We got 6 over here. There's one that wants to turn out of the conflict. I feel like there's like, I get along like cliques, right? There's these two kids, they're going to fight and they're going to cause conflict, but this one on the edge, this one's a little bit different than the other two, right? They've got distracted in a mid-battle by a butterfly, right? So we've got 3 that can come into celebration. There's really 2 that are causing the main drama here. There's 2 people that are causing the main drama here. Either children or very young energies. It was unnecessary. Don't choke me about it. Got judgment. Some sort of judgment is opening up doorways, or a doorway was opened up, and that's where these judgments came from. I get this sense that, like, it's like the chaos. I get in this deck, especially when the Tower comes out, right? It's the energy of, like, it looks all peaceful and serene, but every light in the house is on. Ooh. Aww. Oh my god, I got My Girl playing in my earbud, but the song that's bleeding through is Every Light in the House is On, just in case you ever get tired of being gone. Nobody knows it but me. I pretend that I'm glad you went away, but I'm dying inside and nobody knows it but me. Because they have to hide it. They're trying to find balance. Aww. Alright, I'm going to leave it at that, y'all. I'm going to leave it at that. This is some hard energies that somebody's navigating through. 99% of the problem is other people. Allowing other people to influence what you're doing, right? Allowing other people to vote on what you're doing is an energy that I'm getting too. It's like, it's this weird energy. It's like you're letting these immature energies make the decisions for you. And then that's how you ended up so disconnected from source, right? And it's like you allowed immature energies to be the deciding factor on what makes you happy. And it's like, I don't know, it's like a 40-year-old asking a 20-year-old for fucking love advice. It's like, it's a little ridiculous, don't you think? Right? You're asking someone who's never been through much of anything advice on shit that they know nothing about. They don't understand, right? It's that old cliche saying for kids, right? You'll understand when you're older. Someone has to accept the fact that they're the older person here. And reconnect to source on what makes them happy, right? Stop hiding things, right? Stop playing 2 different energies here. Alright. A lot of wisdom to be gained here. Alright. I'm wrapping up right now. I'm going to be done in about 30 seconds, okay? Alright. Remember to get out there and ground your energies. Pay attention to the synergy around you and what creates when you are connected, right? A lot of focus on Fae magic here. I would say you could go ahead and even like, I would make an altar to the Fae. I like to do that. They like milk and honey. They like shiny, sparkly things. It doesn't have to be real jewelry. My especially favorite thing to do is, like either take a piece of costume jewelry or a sparkly, shiny rock or stone or one of your favorite little crystals. Take a walk through like a wooded area. And when you find those holes in trees, that's where you put your gifts in for the Faes, right? Alright, blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. I love y'all, and I'm back as soon as I can, I promise.